Okay, hello. Well, this is about the speaking test, as the title states. So I'm starting with the class folder because everything I'm going to show you during this video will be here. You will be able to get everything you need about both midterm tests here. So as you can see, let's just start first with the written test. The PowerPoint that I used for that video is here, as you can see, midterm written exam review. Okay, but of course, this video will be mostly about the speaking test. So I wanted to show you something so that when I show you the PowerPoint, you will be able to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first thing you see in the class folder when you go in is this. Business Plus midterm. Okay, I can't remember the complete title, so let me just do this. But Business Plus midterm exam. So these are the questions that will be used during the exam. And here, yeah, these are the questions, which actually I'm going to change right now so that you can see it here. This is a little trick you can use if you want your folder or document or anything to be first. That's it. You do that, you save, and then you will see this should move here. Of course, when you do something like this, it will always be alphabetical order, right? So B is first and so on. All right, so this is the list of questions right here. And I'm going to start something on this document. I won't do it now. It's loading, but so yeah, you can see these are all the questions. Now you are not going to have to answer all of these during the test. I will show you what I mean in just a second. So yeah, these are all the questions, but your group, whether it's 2 students or 3, will get 5 of these random. All right, so here is what I'm talking about. And you can use this once you know who you're going to be doing the test with, you can use it to study. So you'll see the very first thing with question marks. Now, if you open this in here, it won't work. You'll just get the code, what it looks like, and you'll see the questions here. These are all the questions that I just showed you divided into 5 sections. So there would be one question from here, random, one question from here, one from here, and but you should download this. Now, what happens? So you download this. You can just click here, download. When you download this, let me share my screen with you. Just a second. Okay, now my screen is being shared. When you download this, all right, you will get something. It looks like this. So whatever browser, whatever browser you use, that's the icon that you will get. Now, when you open this on your computer, you will get this. And if you click it, you get a spinning wheel. Click again, you get 5 random. This will change. Click it. So I'm going to change the time here to I think 10 minutes or something like 9 minutes 30. You will see why in just a second. So yeah, just click it and you get random. So that is what the test is going to be like. And this is the sign-up sheet, which I'm going to get to in just a second. All right, here is the PowerPoint. And I'm going to start. Okay, so now that you understand, everything I'm showing you is in the class folder. You saw the randomizer, if you will, which you will need to download from the class folder for you and your group to practice with. Okay, so you will need to sign up for the test. There is a minimum of 2 and there's a maximum of 3. Now, that being said, to keep it easy, it can be the same students from your group. So whatever group you're in, if you want to stick with your group, you can divide it. If it's a group of 4, 2, 2. If it's a group of 5, 3, 2. If it's a group of 3, well, then there you go. There's your group. All right. In the PowerPoint here, I have a link that goes directly to the sign-up sheet. And this will work, but just in case, you can always click this. Now, what does the sign-up sheet look like? Let me show you. Okay, and one more time, but I will have to exit here. The sign-up sheet looks like this, starting on the 19th. Every day is exactly the same. 9 to 11, 12 to 2, and I did 3 to 5, yeah, 3 to 5. And it's, as you can see, 10 minutes per. So what does that mean? That just means that when I showed you the randomizer and I told you the time will change, yeah, I'm going to change it to about 9 minutes 30 or something like that, not 10. About 9 minutes 30, 9 minutes 40. All right, so what do you have to do? This is very important. Okay, I need Hakbun Idam, just like in Zoom. Student number 1, student number 2. It's the order here is not important. Just as long as I know who is taking the test and what class are you in. So you would put your class number. You do not have to put the dash. Every class has 4 numbers, so you would just put in the 4 numbers. That's it. Don't worry about dash. No, just, you know, like I wrote here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Every class has 4 numbers. That's what you would put here. So very important that I know who's taking the test at what time and what class you're in. So and I want to repeat this one more time. You can stick with the students in the group you're in now. Now, do you want to take the test with somebody else? That's fine. But if you want to make it easy, just stick with the students within your group, or you can ask other students, hey, would you like to take the test? That's not important. What's important is that I know who's taking the test, when you are taking the test, and what class you are in. That's all. That's all I really need to know. And of course, you can pick the day. Again, as you can see, it's all the same. It'll always be 9 to 11, 12 to 2, 3 to 5. All right, so that is the sign-up sheet. I'm going to leave this open in case I need to come back here, but yeah. Who, when, and what class. Okay, so let me go back to the PowerPoint. So yeah, here's the link. It will allow you to edit only in there, only for this sign-up sheet. All right, now that we know what is going on here, it's about, so for the groups, it should be about, I don't know, 3 minutes or so for each of you. So let's say there are 2 of you taking the test. That should be about absolute minimum 6 minutes, but usually what ends up happening with 2 students, they really start talking and it takes about 7 or 8 minutes. And then you have a group of 3 that should take about 8. I've seen it go 7, but usually 8 minutes is the minimum, then 9 and some seconds. And of course, I will tell you, okay, we need to stop. Time is up. Yeah, so that's about how long it should take for each group. All right, now this is the PowerPoint, so of course you can always go back and look at this, but I'm trying to make this very, very clear. So you are having a conversation, not with me. I'm just listening. That's it. Now, you can plan your conversation, but one of the questions will have to be, it must be from the 5 random questions. So the random thing I showed you with the spinning wheel, stop, spinning wheel, stop, one of the questions for your conversation must come from that. Again, you can plan it, but because you don't know what questions you're going to get, no matter how much you plan, you have to also plan for one of the random questions to come up, which you have to use. Also, you do not, and I underlined here, you do not have to ask all 5 questions, but you need to ask at least one of the questions. Again, it's a conversation using at least one of the questions. Okay, with everything that I said here, I do want to be clear though. Can you ask all 5? Yes, you can. But you have to at least minimum ask one of the questions. Just like I wrote on the bottom here. Minimum 1, maximum 5. Again, and a lot of students end up doing this, they just go back and forth using all 5. That's fine. But I've also seen where they come in looking like they're going to do all 5, and then one of the questions ends up being really interesting, and they end up having a conversation about that. Again, I just want to be clear, this is a conversation which you can plan, but just know that when you're planning, one of the questions has to come from the random question that you will get. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so have a conversation or a discussion, or even if you're just question 1, question 2, question 3, no matter what you're doing here, I want to hear, not see, I want to hear read, R-E-D, reasons, examples, details. Also, this is so important. You have this in English, you have this in Korean, Chinese, you have this in every language around the world. Follow-up questions. For example, I just watched a new drama on Netflix. Follow-up question. Oh, really? How was it? Oh, it was really good. Did you see it? Follow-up question, right? I mean, these are follow-up questions, or as you'll hear me say many times, FUQ. I know what you're thinking, but no, it's FUQ, or follow-up questions. Okay, and of course, with every conversation and questions, there's going to be opinions. You agree, you do not, but you have to, of course, you have to say why. And this is the go-to when students don't really know what to ask. They'll say, what about you? How about you? That's fine. This is all good. This is all good here. All right, let's continue. So we're sticking with red here. Reasons, examples, and details. So, reasons. Opinion, right? Why do you feel that way? You're giving a reason as to why you agree or why you do not agree. Examples. Give an example of why you feel that way. Again, you can replace examples with reasons. It's the same, Think of it like this. Reasons, I didn't like it. Examples, because blah, 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 right? And then, of course, extra information. So that would be RED, or reasons, examples, details. Why you feel that way, an example of why you feel that way, and of course you can always give a little bit more. You can always tell us a little bit more. Okay. And again, what did I say? FUQ, right? Follow-up questions. WWWWWH. Who, what, when, where, why, how. I think everybody knows this. I think you already know this. All right. You agree. I mentioned this earlier, right? You agree. Why do you agree? You do not agree. Why not? And you give reasons as to why not. And this should be the last slide, the basic guidelines. Ask follow-up questions. You can ask, and of course you will. What about you? How about you? Please try to stay on the topic of what it is that you are talking about in your groups of 2 or 3. And okay, it says here, do not use Korean. Of course, at the beginning, you can. So when you get the 5 questions, which you don't know what they're going to be, I don't know what they're going to be. I'm going to give you guys about a minute, or about a minute, to kind of talk about what's the Korean word, 준비해요, right? Talk about, prepare what you're going to do. So during that time of a minute or so, you can use Korean to say, okay, look, you ask me that question, or what does that mean, or so. But during the conversation, please do not use Korean. I just wanted to end with the 준비해요 that I talked about, and that is, so let's say I decide that I'm going to have the timer at 9 minutes 30, which sounds about right. So I would give you guys maybe up to a minute and a half maximum to prepare, 준비해요. That leaves the countdown at 8. So depending on your group, that's it right there. That's all the time you're going to need. But of course, if you're in a group of 2, you might use all that time. But if the countdown, if the timer, once you see, think about a minute or so, a minute and a half left, and you want to stop, okay. The only time I will tell you to stop is when another group is coming, and I need you guys to please leave because the other group is waiting. So that's the other thing. You will have all the time you need if no other group is coming after you. And of course, you can always check on the day of the test. You can go to the sign-up sheet and you can see, is there a group coming after us? If there isn't, if you want more time, you will have more time. All right, so hopefully you're watching this during week 6, and please remember for this video that you're watching here, and for the written test review, if you're watching this during week 6, the attendance for both videos is for the first class in week 7. So, okay, I'm going to assume, I'm thinking that you're watching this in week 6. It just means that you will be marked here for the first class next week, week 7. That's all. I just wanted to be clear about that. That I'm giving you guys time to watch this for your attendance for the first class in week 7. All right, so I'm just going to leave this here as I finish the video. And I'll see you soon.